What's going on, YouTube? It's been a hot minute. I don't think I've really posted any content in over a month now. I can't remember. I think it's been about a month. I was working on a video series of 10 biblical lessons we can learn from video games. I got 3 episodes done and posted. I am still working on the other 7. Want to kind of clean up production values and whatnot. But what have I been doing in that time? Well, I have not been streaming on Twitch. There's a lot of reasons for that. If you follow me on social media, you kind of know why. If you don't follow me on Twitter, well, here's your opportunity. Go follow me on Twitter. You can go look through my posts and find out why I'm not streaming on Twitch. I just do not feel it's a platform I need to support anymore. I've stopped watching pretty much every streamer that's on Twitch. I've stopped watching their Twitch streams. If they're on another platform, I'll watch them there. YouTube's the main platform I've been watching. But in any case, what else have I been doing? So not streaming, been working. Been still working on my pace in Gran Turismo, but now I'm doing it in VR and just VR. And so I've gotten a lot quicker. I'm still about 2% off the Delta. Know I can get better. But been working on my pace. Working on some things on the back end for content ideas for once Spec 3 of Gran Turismo 7 comes out. Once that comes out, I've got some ideas for a new series, sort of in the vein of my Virtual Gear series. I'm not going to share too much yet. I'm debating whether or not to stream the recording sessions on YouTube or just record them offline and post the finalized video on YouTube. Either way, I'm going to make a final edit video for each episode, whether I stream the recording sessions or not. Lots of games with friends. We've been hanging out in my Discord, discord.gg/deaconsden. We've been playing Destiny 2. Back up. There you go. Destiny 2. What else? You're getting close to the edge. What do you see? Do we see something? I don't see nothing. We have neighbors that have chickens. What I don't want him doing is chasing after those chickens and getting a hold of one of them, because they kind of let their chickens roam the neighborhood. Anyways, I've been playing Destiny 2, Borderlands 4, DayZ, Dying Light, The Beast. I've also just been playing some random single-player games and sharing the gameplay on Discord, streaming it on Discord. But really just been hanging out with members of the community. Shout out to Control Ravenhawk, who joined us last night for some Dying Light, The Beast, just out of nowhere, joined the Discord chat. He's been a community member for years, but joined the voice chat and was like, hey, I've been playing this. You mind if I join you? I'm like, hey, do it up. We were playing with my son and one of my moderators, Drunken Gamer, one of my friends as well. But in any case, those are the big things I've been working on. I've got a lot of house projects we've knocked out. I've had to replace the washer and dryer. We moved into this house in 2009. When we moved in, it had a brand new HVAC system. That system is finally given up the ghost, so we replaced that. Looking at replacing the roof. The shingles are close to 20 years old, but we also had some hail damage. And so the roofing company's been working with the insurance company to see how much they're going to cover from the hail damage. We had a hailstorm, I believe, in May. And so we've been arguing back and forth with the insurance for about a month or 2 now. I think we're getting close to a resolution, but new roof on the house, working on stuff in the backyard, making it a more enjoyable living area for us to kind of hang out in, but also working on the garden and whatnot, the vegetable garden, trying to get stuff set up for next year for that. And posting a lot on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you know, since the death of Charlie Kirk, I've been more vocal on right versus wrong, not conservative versus Republican. Let's be real. A lot of my ideology does lean conservative, but I think some of my social views do tend to lean more liberal. And I've just gotten sick of the drain it puts on me when streaming to remain politically correct. I just don't care anymore. I know I've pissed some people off. I got into it with somebody on Twitter over over some of their, how they approach things. I'll leave it at that. How they approach their content creation. I'll leave it at that. You can go back and look in the Twitter if you really care that much. And then they reached out to me privately, and I pretty much told them I don't care what their opinion is. They don't mean that much to me. Sorry. You know, to be clear, to be frank, while I totally appreciate and love the members of my community, I cannot be friends with all of you, right? There's people I have to worry about. You know, I do have a handful of viewers who have become friends. I have a handful of fellow content creators who have truly become friends. I've always tried to give of myself, my time, my effort, my ideas to other people, and I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of them grow and succeed. But at the same time, you know, content creation has always been a hobby for me, and it got to be a hobby I was not enjoying because I had to remain, you know, politically correct all the time, and it just got to be, you know, draining on me. And so I'm still going to focus on Gran Turismo content and not try to bring, you know, politics into it. But stream is also, my community and my stream are my places. I'm not going to say my safe places, because people can come in and, you know, respectfully challenge me and whatnot, but they're my spaces. They're not, you know, it's like, you know, my house. I'm not going to let you come into my house and piss on the floor, right? I'm not going to let you come into my stream and piss on the stream, or me, or my community. You know, that's always been my biggest thing, is a lot of people will come into my stream and they'll, you know, say whatever they want about me. I don't care. But when they start talking about my community, that's when I always drew the line. And now I've gotten to the point where I'm not going to sit here and be politically correct and pander to everybody. You're either going to, you know, want to be a member of my community because of me and because of the community, or you're not. It doesn't bother me either way. And it's been liberating. I will say that hanging out and playing games with friends has been a great... Oh, where are you going? What I don't want him doing is running off after those chickens in the neighborhood. Good boy. He's sniffing the yard. Who's a good boy? But he also knows when I snap that he's gone far enough. No shot collars here, just snapping my fingers. Oh, here he comes. Keep sniffing. You're a good boy. All right, come on. I just don't want him chasing after those chickens. Anyways, yeah, it's gotten to the point where, you know, when I'm streaming or doing my content, you know, you know, I don't want to have to worry about if I'm going to offend somebody or piss somebody off because I use the wrong word, use the wrong pronoun, some crap like that. Sorry. You know, it is what it is. If you don't like my content, you don't like my views, don't follow, don't subscribe, don't watch, don't engage. I don't want to say I don't care, but there's a bigger purpose for me creating content, and it's not to pander to everybody. You know, I always tell my ball players, especially, you know, because I coach baseball, especially when I'm trying to correct how they throw or how they swing a baseball bat, and they're like, well, I don't like that. I don't like how that feels, right? Whether it's they're throwing a weird arm motion, or, you know, something, right? Or swinging the bat wrong. And I'm like, well, here, this is how you should do it. You can adopt your style to it, but this is how you need to do it. You know, I'm like, well, I don't like that. Well, do you hit the ball harder? Do you hit the ball more? Do you throw the ball with more accuracy? Well, yeah, but I don't like it. I don't like that throwing motion. And it's like, well, when you can start throwing, you know, the ball and get it to where it's supposed to be, you can have whatever throwing motion you want. But until then, learn the basics. And it kind of gets them out of their comfort zone so that they can grow and learn. And, you know, my streams for too long have been a comfort zone for others, but also for myself, where I would pander to folks because I didn't want to upset them, because I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone and maybe possibly lose a viewer. And unfortunately, you know, the world has shown, oh, I see it. Yep, I see that over there. You cannot go over there. There's a cat over across the yard. But I'm not going to, pander to everybody anymore. I'm going to be me. I'm still going to preach the gospel. I'm going to still share my faith. I'm still going to try to be positive towards people. But I'm also going to call people out on their BS. I'm going to call people out when they're wrong. I'm going to call a spade, and if that makes you feel uncomfortable, maybe you need to examine yourself. Or, here's the other idea. Don't watch me. I know I'm kind of ranting at this point. I really didn't have anything planned out. This is kind of just off the cuff. I was hanging out here in the front yard with the dog. Oh, he is eyeballing that kitty. It's behind the bush now. He's a good boy. It's coming around the bush. I'm surprised he's not whining and stomping his feet. Yeah, I called you out. See, I can even call my dog out. But no, I'm at some point after the new year, I'm going to come back to making long form content, coming back to both video game, Gran Turismo 7 and faith-based videos. I'm still wondering or debating what I'm going to do with streaming, whether, like I said before, whether it's going to be recording sessions for the new YouTube series, or I think I said that before. If not, there's a new YouTube series coming out that's going to be in the vein of my virtual gear, but a little bit different, a different format. But I'm not sure if streaming, I'm going to stream the recording sessions and then edit everything and post it up as a video later, or if I'm going to record those offline and maybe stream variety stuff. Streams won't be like they used to be in the past, which was, as often as I can, because I want to be frank. I've been enjoying just hanging out with the guys playing video games. And so I can't promise that streams will come back, or maybe it'll be something like I'll make long form content for YouTube, and if you want to come hang out in the Discord. discord.gg/Deacon's Den. I'll put the link in the description. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say now. I think we're getting close to 13 minutes, which is long enough for you guys to hear me rambling. But again, I just want to thank you guys for being patient, for hanging out and waiting for new content. New content is coming, but right now I've just been enjoying being a regular dude, just hanging out with my friends, working on stuff around the house, getting stuff around the house done, around the yard, and of course, everything I do with my church. So life's been really good. I do miss you guys. I do miss chatting with you guys, but we will connect very soon. And again, you can always join the Discord. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and have a great day. You want to say goodbye? Oh, what do you see now? Oh, we might have to go take care of that. What is that? Is that a bunny rabbit? No, it's not. I'm joking. I don't know what it is. He's got something eyeballed. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.